Hi and welcome back to Normski TV. Another match preview with Arsenal away to Man United tomorrow. A big, massive game. You know, Arsenal not doing too well at the moment in the league. We've lost two games back to back. We lost away to Man City, and also we lost at home to Leicester. That was our last game, and if we lose this game, that's three games on the bounce. Can't afford to lose another game. We're languishing down in around about 11th place on 9 points. Won three, lost three, and it's not good. And Arteta really needs to do something about it, especially our away record against the top six. And it's not really brilliant either against Man United. We haven't really done, not really, haven't done well at all at Old Trafford. Our away record there is absolutely ridiculous. We've lost 8, drawn 5, and won 2. I mean, the last win we had there was back in 2006, where we won 1-0, and that was Addy Boyle scoring that goal. And I remember watching that game, and I was like, whoa, I was quite shocked. Do you know what I mean? Because I said we haven't got a brilliant record against them, albeit that, we've had good teams that have gone up there, but for some reason we just can't beat Man United in their own ground. All right, and we're going into this game, as I say, with form not brilliant, even though we just come off the back of a 3-0 win against Dundalk. We rested a lot of our players, so going into this game, hopefully we are confident. But then saying that, Man United beat Leipzig 5-0, so that they're looking forward to this game. But as I say, you never know what could happen. And to be honest, Man United, I believe they have not won this season at their home ground. I think they've drawn 1 and lost 2, so they've not actually won a game yet. So hopefully we can go there and keep that record intact in terms of them not winning. It's a massive game. You know what I mean? As I said, we've got most of our players coming back who didn't play in the Europa League Cup. But we have got a lot of injuries to our defence, and you've got the likes of Pablo Maria out, Oldin out, David Luiz out. I don't think he's going to be ready and fit. So we have a number of defenders out. Now I'm not too sure with the position with William Saliba. I think that he's available if called upon, but at the moment it seems as if Arteta is not even looking at using him. So we could possibly be going into that game with, in terms of a central defender, 2 central defenders, fit defenders, which is Mustafi and Gabriel. So the likelihood is that we will probably go into this game with a formation of a 3-4-3, or playing 5 at the back, basically. Man United, player for player, are better than us. I don't care what anybody says. Technically, they've got better players. And, listening to other pundits and YouTubers talking about, in terms of if we try to go at Man United in terms of, play that try and impose our game on them, in the sense of, going gun-ho, we could likely be picked off because they are very good at their counteract team. So I think what we need to do in this game, which is, not that I want to see, but Arteta is playing a system and a pattern of play where he's soaking up the pressure and hopefully hitting the team on the break. We've done it against teams like Liverpool and Man City. When we played Liverpool at home, they had much of the ball, but we was able to beat them, even though Liverpool was probably away at the beach anyway, and that was last season. And when we beat Man City in the semi-finals of the FA Cup. So, that seems as if that's what the system that we're gonna play, and the formation that we're gonna play. It looks like we're gonna play like 3 central defenders when I say 3 defenders at the back, One being it might well be Gabriel in the centre of that with Kieran Tierney and Mustafi playing right of that three. Not confident about Mustafi playing, but listen, this is all the players that we've got left, and I'm hoping that he doesn't have one of his typical games that he's concentrated. You know, he's going to be up against the likes of Rashford, who's quick, Martial, who's quick, technical. You know what I mean? You saw what Rashford did to Upamecano, and Upamecano is a much better defender than Mustafi. So we've got to go into this game concentrated. We can't afford to lose the game. I don't want this game to be a bore draw, in the sense of a 0-0. I think there will be goals in it, but if we can go there and just be sure and tight at the back, and then maybe try and nick a 1-0 or a 2-1, then I'd be happy with that. We do need to get this duck off our back, you know, or monkey off our back, as it were, in terms of playing away against the top six. We're not brilliant at all right now, and we need to change that status quo and try and come away with a victory. Man United are going to be buoyed, as I said, by their win against Leipzig, and they're going to be going into this game really confident. But listen, Arteta needs to have one of those games where you know, he can outwit Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And you know, there's talk about who's the better manager and who's the better tactician. But listen, at the end of the day, last season, you know, they finished third and we finished eighth. Make of that what you will. So yeah, it's not going to be easy. You know, as I said, we're going to be up against some really good forwards there. You know, they've got the likes of Pogba in the midfield. You know, Donny van der Beek, even though he's probably going to be one that's going to be on the sidelines, but will probably come off the bench. But they've got quality much around that side, but we can get at them. You know, the likes of Lindelof and Maguire, you know, we can get at them. Hopefully Saka, if we play Saka down at left, you know, for me, Saka's probably the most, at the moment, the most technical player in that team. We haven't got a lot of technical players or who can get on the ball and dribble and do their stuff. Do you know what I mean? And so, you know, if we're going to get anything from that game, you know, I think that more than anything, I think we need to be able to keep this game balanced in terms of not just keep going down the left, because it's going to become too predictable. And we need to get the likes of Pepe, if he's going to start on the right, we need to get him in the game and keep them thinking, not just keep going down the left-hand side. It will just become too predictable. So it's going to be a tough game. And, you know, when I do come to my match prediction, I will, you know, tell you what I think the score is going to be. You probably heard it already, but I'll tell you that towards the end of it. But yeah, it's a massive game. Who's more under pressure? Is it Arteta or Solskjaer? Solskjaer, being that he hasn't won at home at the start of the season. You know, we're 5-6 games in and he's not won at home. He did have a good emphatic win away to Newcastle, where they came alive in, you know, the last 15-20 minutes of the game, where they took Newcastle apart, coming off the back of a 6-1 loss to Tottenham at home, and then going to Newcastle. I mean, they conceded early from an own goal from I think Luke Shaw, but then once that happened, that got them kick-started, and they went again and ended up winning that game 4-1. So, guys, you know, we're gonna go there. It looks like we're gonna go there ultra defensive. I think one of the things that I do notice in our games, even though it's very pragmatic and boring, we are not conceding as many goals as we used to be under Arsene Wenger. We may have played the attractive football, and sometimes that gun hold didn't help. So, you know, we'll be ending losing against, I mean, I remember that time when we lost 8-2 at Man United. You know, we're losing, you know, to Man City 6-3, 6-1 at Chelsea. We're not doing that no more. We're very pragmatic. And so what's happened is, as I said, we've sacrificed our attacking play to make sure that we don't concede at the back. We've tightened up at the back. But I think we really need to make sure that we win the midfield battle. This is where Thomas Partey comes in, you know, and who he's going to partner. But we got to make sure that we get him on the ball. Will this kind of game suit Thomas Partey? Are we going to let Man United come on to us? if so, hopefully Thomas Partey can break up the play and find those critical passes, whether it's on the right or on the left, and for the movement to be good up front. And ideally, I would obviously want Aubameyang down the middle. So I will come to my predicted lineup. But we've got to have some good in-game management in terms of how we deal with Man United. As I said, Man United player for player are much more technical than us. They move the ball around really quick and, you know, they get it out. I mean, you know, at the start, you know, it was we couldn't work out what sort of kind of style Man United had. But I think once they settled, got the right players in, you know, the likes of Bruno being in there, he was the one that kind of really dictated the game, you know, picking up the ball from deep and just making sure that it gets forward. And so that's what we need to do. We can't take ages playing the ball out the back, you know, because if they get a chance, they will close us down. We've got to move the ball really quick out the back. Be decisive. Don't just be predictable and playing it just one on the left-hand side. Get the ball moving out the back quickly. So I'm hoping that he will go with the right player personnel for this game. And you know, I'm going to talk about who I would like, ideally, to start in this game, albeit that we have got lots of injuries and that. But from the players that we have available to us, this would be my predicted lineup. I'm going to go with a 3-4-3 formation because I know we're not going to be able to go toe-to-toe with Man United. So we're going to have to look like we're going to have to go pragmatic. And at the back, three at the back, you know, Gabriel was rested in the game on Thursday, so he's going to be fresh. Obviously, Mustafi played half the game, and it's likely that he's going to play. I have not heard anything with regards to David Luiz coming back into the side. So we go with Mustafi of the right of the centre three, Gabriel in the middle, and then Kieran Tierney on the left. Our wing backs is going to be Bellerin. That's what I would like. I'd like to see Bellerin there. I would have gone for Ainsley Maitland-Niles, but I just think at the moment his confidence is a little bit shot at the moment, and you know, I think he needs to get a run of games. But at the moment, I'm gonna go with Bellerin. I hope that Bellerin is concentrated, and when he needs to get forward, he needs to get forward, but he needs to be aware in terms of spatial awareness, his defensive responsibility, and make sure that, you know, he's in the right place and, you know, not coming in too narrow and leaving the big spaces, you know, behind him. So Bellerin on the right hand side, on the left hand side as a wing back. It might have to be. Well, saying that, hold on a second. Yeah, wow. That's interesting. Because if we've got Bellerin, we haven't got another centre back. So Kieran Tierney will have to make up that, or will he play Kolasinac as the third defender and then play? All right, this is my choice. Okay then, we'll go with Ainsley Maitland-Niles on the left as the left-sided wing back. Okay, because I think Kieran Tierney is much better than Kolasinac. So I'll go with Leno in goal, Mustafi, Gabriel, Kieran Tierney, right wing back, Bellerin, left wing back, Ainsley Maitland-Niles, and then in the like. So what we're going for now? So we'll go with. Who will we go with? Partey, definitely. But who will partner? You know what? He's going to go with Xhaka. It looks like, look, it should really be mine. I would ideally, I mean, Ceballos is not playing well at the moment. So, yeah, I'm going to have to go with Granit Xhaka and Thomas Partey. But I think Thomas Partey needs to be a bit more forward, and then maybe Granit holding in that deep role. Then the three up front, for me, we'll start with the right-hand side. We have Pepe on the right. On the left, I know you ain't going to start him, but from what I saw of Reiss Nelson, I would go with Reiss Nelson on the left-hand side of the three, and then down the middle, Aubameyang. That's who I would... Hold on a minute. What am I talking about? What am I talking about? Rewind. Rewind. Hold on, this is not going to work. No, it is going to work. Take Nelson out there, sorry. Saka on the left, Pepe on the right, and Aubameyang down the middle. And I eventually got there. I eventually got there. I mean, it's just this problem with the players that we haven't got available to us. But yeah, it'd have to be Saka on the left, yeah, of the three, Aubameyang down the middle, and Pepe on the right. That would be my predicted lineup for Saturday. I feel that I feel that Saka and Pepe, you know, I mean, they are probably our two most creative players, especially Saka, who I feel is technically good. I think we have to create the space for Pepe to be able to run into that space. Do you know what I mean? And not with him playing with his back to goal. You know, putting that ball over the top and then him running into the space. Do you know what I mean? And taking on defenders and getting into that 18-yard box, 6-yard box, and then getting off your shot. Aubameyang with his movement, he will cause a lot of problems to Lindelof and the big fridge guy there. I think Harry, what's his name? I can't remember his name. Maguire. And I just think he will cause them problems if he's playing down the middle. If you have Lacazette playing down the middle, you know, at the moment for me, Lacazette is out of form. You know what I mean? And when the ball does come to him, it's not sticking. He's not holding it up well. And if we're going to play any kind of long balls over the top, there's only going to be one winner, and that's going to be Harry Maguire, you know, or Lindelof in terms of heading the ball. So I would rather see Aubameyang down the middle. And what we need to do, make sure, is that we win in that midfield battle, winning the you know, as they come onto us, winning that tackle, and then making that pass really quick to catch them off guard. So that's what I would go. So let me give you again, okay? So as the wing backs, you've got Bellerin. The free centre is going to be Mustafi, Gabriel, and Kieran Tierney. I want Ainsley Maitland-Niles there with Granit Xhaka and Thomas Partey, the two pivots in the middle, and then you have Pepe on the right, Aubameyang down the middle, and Saka on the left. That's my predicted lineup. The score that I'm going to go for, the predicted score that I'm going to go for is I'm going to go with a 2-1. That's what I'm going to go with, a 2-1 to Arsenal. Hopefully we'll get that. If we score first, that'd be great, because that means then they will need to come onto us, and then hopefully we can find the space and hit them on the break. It has to be good game management. We have to be concentrated, especially when you've got the likes of Rashford and Martial linking up. You know, we've got to be. They've got pace up front to kill. Pace up front. You've got Greenwood, Rashford, Martial. Do you know what I mean? These are players that are quick, and then you know you've got Bruno, who makes those late runs into the box and can control the ball from the middle of the park. And Pogba might not start the game, but he'll definitely come off the bench. So, you know, Thomas Partey and Xhaka, we got to win the midfield battle. 100% win the midfield battle. And then hopefully we do that. We can find the spaces round the back, play that decisive pass, hit them on the break with Aubameyang's movement that will confuse the likes of Lindelof and Maguire. He's much quicker than them. You know, we can be in there and scoring the goal. So hopefully we will score first. They may equalise, and then, you know, some brilliance from Aubameyang. I'll have Aubameyang because he's due for him to score now. It's time that this guy scored, and I believe that he will score in this game. I can't say who the other one's going to be, but I do believe Aubameyang will score in this game. Listen, guys, this is my predicted 11 and predicted score. I hope this comes true, and that when we do the review show, that we will have massive smiles on our faces, and that we can say, yes, we've got our first away win against a top 6 sides. And I think it's time now. You know, 2006 was the last time we beat Man United. Come on, guys, let's, you know, go there and shock them. You know, Man United are going into this game as favourites, and that's I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all. When we had the chances before, when they were shot to bits in terms of injury and were in good form, we didn't go there. The last time we went there, we drew 1-1 with them. We had another chance where, You know, we was 2-1 up, and remember, we was cheering away. Next thing I know, what's the guy's name? Goes down the other end and equalizes. So, you know, we've got to do this. We've got to do this tomorrow. It's a massive game. You know, if we, by the time this weekend ends, you know, we could be languishing around about 15th or 16th. So we've got to win this game. Can't lose this game. We've got to come away with something, and hopefully that will be a win. Listen, please like, subscribe and share, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.